Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Queen Sugar. So today I have a pick a card reading that looks into a little bit of information about your upcoming next relationship, next partnership, whatever you want to call it. And so we're going to take a moment to just see what information we can get about the person, the dynamic, maybe a little bit of the when and the how you two cross paths. And if we can't get a lot of details about the how and the when, you're definitely going to get some information just on the person in general in the dynamic of the relationship. So take a moment to just kind of relax, decompress, and allow your energy to just kind of guide you and to soothe you towards the pile or piles that best represent the messages that we have for you at this time regarding your next relationship. Our first pile is the Ace of Cups. Our second pile is the Lovers. Our third pile is the Two of Cups. And then our fourth pile is the King of Cups. Once you select your pile, feel free to click the timestamp below to watch your portion of the video. And I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Hey, pile number one. This will be for those that selected the Ace of Cups card. So we're going to put your card to the side and we're going to look through our oracle cards here and see what information we can get about how and when you'll meet this person, maybe a little information about who they are, like their energy. And if I feel called to, I'll get some tarot cards in addition to the cards that we already have. So let's start off with La Menu cards here. So we have pizza, reliable, fun, has style, messy, consistent. Peach, friendly, ambitious, forgiving, sensual, outspoken, and private. Fruit yogurt, Gemini, healthy, vivacious, charming, easygoing, popular, and loving. For some reason, I pick up a little bit of Scorpio energy too. All right. And then we have number 19, fate. Number 10, grief and sadness. So I'm going to start off with these cards here and then I'll get into the other cards. So in terms of the personality, the trait of this person, this individual, your next partner, will be someone that you can genuinely have a good time with, that you can, you wouldn't have to worry about ever being bored with this person. They would make sure that you feel like you're having a good time with them or that your week is exciting, right? And there's this energy where this person is someone that you can go to whenever you're having a rough week and they'll find a way to uplift you. They'll find a way to make it better, which is a beautiful trait to have in a partner. I love that this person is very easygoing, and that could explain why they're popular. A lot of people like being around them. Very friendly and just reliable person. So if there's ever something that you need done, they will be there for you. They will help you out as needed. It's not like you're left alone. It's not like you are in a space where you just feel kind of isolated at times, even when it may feel that way when you're dealing with like day-to-day tasks or just like issues that you're experiencing. I also see that this person is someone that is, honestly very chill. And like when you meet them, you would think like you might come off, it might comes off like, oh, they probably wouldn't be interested in me. I'm not their type, because maybe they're like, some of you could be dating like a semi-celebrity or even just a celebrity in a way that's very popular in your town or in your city. And you might have a visual of like what they would go for, but they really are attracted to you and they really want to connect and vibe with you. I see with the grief and sadness card and the fate, it seems like you all cross paths after someone breaks up with their, person that they were dating at the time. So for example, if you were in a relationship and then, it just ended badly, it's like a couple months later, you end up meeting this person. Because it was just destined to happen that way. Like someone is going to be coming from a relationship and, that grief and that sadness, you experience that. And then it's like, that's when you cross paths. That's when you all meet each other and honestly just kind of build a connection from there, like starting off as friends, And it's not like you just jump into a relationship with this person like it's a rebound type of thing. It's like it was just perfect timing. Like that massive breakup had to happen in order for you all to cross paths. So whether it was you or this person, or maybe both of you could be breaking up, or like parting ways from someone that you were in a connection with before, and then it like opens the floodgates. It opens the gates to where all this love just kind of flows in. It's something that I pick up here too. I also see this person being someone that you meet. It gives me the vibe of like adding closer to late evenings, nighttime for some reason. That might be when you cross paths. It could be like you're just going out and having a good time, or maybe you're just grabbing a drink, grabbing some food, and then that's when you cross paths with this person. And I love that your card is the Ace of Cups, because even though one of you would experience this like breakup or whatever, it doesn't stop you from pouring into that cup of self-love, right? Pouring into yourself and fulfilling your own cup, which is really important, because we never want to be stuck in this grief and this sadness all the time. Like, give ourselves the space to feel it, give ourselves the space to process it, but also know that there's so much more to come from that moment. Alrighty, so then the next card here is self-abundant, which is kind of very befitting with what I was mentioning with like the Ace of Cups. Next we have is dominance. And then we have gifts and offers. So in terms of more about like this person, the connection, you feel very secure with yourself when you meet this person. You feel probably the best you've ever felt, honestly. And it comes from, you healing, you letting go of that sadness from the previous relationships that you may have been in, and as well as that person, they're letting go of any trauma, any pain, any hurt from previous relationships that they have been in as well. And so it definitely gives us this vibe that both of you are in a space where you're able to really love on yourself more and really appreciate yourself more than ever, right? And that is literally, how do I word this? It's just honestly beautiful, because you know who you are and you truly resonated with it more, and no longer are taking yourself for granted, not feeling like you're good enough, not feeling like you can't have a certain life or a certain partner of a high caliber anymore. Like, your worth, and you're ready to take on partnerships and experiences and connections that are a good match for you at that time, and also just an alignment of who you are and where you want to be. It's kind of like there's this energy of like, you shifting, you transforming into this better version of yourself. So some of you could be going through a spiritual awakening. Some of you could just be in a space where you may have had a tower moment, and now you're really stepping out of this tower moment and stepping into your goddess or your hierophant like energy. I also see with the dominance and gifts and offers is that you're not afraid to accept compliments. You're not afraid to accept the love and the affection and all of the acts of service that this person wants to give you. It definitely seems like this relationship is healthy, and there's this opportunity for you to really continue to grow in terms of like understanding more and more about your love languages. So not only do you're aware of the 5 love languages that most people know, but there's like, you're learning more love languages about yourself. So maybe music is a love language for you, and how much you really appreciate being able to connect with someone when it comes to music, like sending each other songs or writing music for each other, whatever it is. Like, you're expanding on your love languages and learning more about them. And I feel like this partner of yours is someone that knows how to take the lead and knows how to make sure that you're good, but also too that the relationship is good, and they're doing their part and like, providing feedback. They are a great leader. I don't know why I saw the word Aries just pop up in my third eye. So some of you might be Aries, or you could be dating someone that's an Aries or has just like that Aries energy within their chart. I do see too that this person, your partner, some of you might actually experience a first like birthday or a first Valentine's Day with this person. And it's like amazing. It's, like a fairy tale in a sense. So maybe let's say you never had a true Valentine's Day, right? And then when you get in this relationship with this partner, they set it all out, like roses, trips, gifts, all of that. So that's something else that I see here with them as well. So now let's look into the other oracle cards here. Oh, look at that. So we have very soon. Be clear about what you want, because within a blink of an eye, it will be yours. So some of you actually are going to, enter this phase in your love life where you're going to meet them very soon. So if you're currently dating somebody and you feel like it's just not where you want it to be, this is a really good sign, because it's showing you that there will be some type of disruption with that current connection that you're in that might not just be what you want, because this person's energy is trying to come in and they're making their like announcement like, hey, go ahead and wrap this up, because when I come in, that's it. That's all. Like, it's done. Like, it's just me and you. All right, next we have telepathy. Pay attention to the telepathic messages that are being sent and received at this time. So yeah, this person is definitely communicating with you telepathically. They may show up in dreams. They might even try to send like angel numbers or just little like nuggets to let you know like they're on their way. So pay attention to your thoughts. Like if you're thinking about a relationship, thinking about love and certain things, pay attention to like what messages show up. Pay attention to how you're feeling and like what symptoms you start to feel. Like, does your ear start ringing? Is it the left or the right ear? Do you keep seeing a repeated number? Do you keep seeing like the same color car? Like, let's say it is a sky blue car. You rarely see them, then all of a sudden you're starting to see them more often. Like, that's a good indication that could be a warning sign of like, hey, this person's energy is like trying to come in, or like, they're trying to communicate with you at this time. And then we have, oh wow, I did mention spiritual awakening. So you have your partner is sensing that there is something profoundly important about this connection. So this was something that I mentioned earlier, how I said like maybe you or your partner, you all could be going through a spiritual awakening, or finishing that up, like that particular phase of this spiritual awakening at this time. And so that is how you're able to connect telepathically with one another, because of the spiritual awakening. You're knowing that there's deeper connections. There's, a soul level of which you can communicate with your soulmate before you meet them in the physical. And so I think that some of you are really starting to experience those kind of like 5D, experiences. And also too, you're going to start to see some things kind of trickle down into the 3D based on the 5D experiences that you've had, and like the dreams and all of that. So be very, very mindful of what shows up and what is, kind of just presenting itself to you. So I'm going to shuffle the tarot cards. I'm going to move my mic for a second. And I'm just going to get one card just to see what other messages there might be here. That might be here for you. All right. Well, look at that. We have the beautiful Goddess of Pentacles. And there's a little bunny in the background, if you can see. So some of you may actually have your first child with this person. May have your first child with this person, or if you already have kids, then it's like you all will have a child together. And so I feel like with the Goddess of Pentacles coming out, which is the Queen of Pentacles, this shows us that this is a very fulfilling relationship. This is a fulfilling connection. You are going to be, like I mentioned before, like at your best when you're meeting this person. And it comes from, really recognizing oh gosh, I dropped something on the floor. Recognizing your value, recognizing your worth, and standing in that, and trusting and knowing that what is yours will be yours, and it will happen for you no matter how things might look in the physical. So let's say you want this really nice job, or you really want a nice career, and you're applying to stuff, but people aren't calling you back. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy of a high value job. It just means that the job that is here for you hasn't arrived just yet, or there's some things that has to be worked out or moved in order for you to get to that space to where you get to that job that is for you. So just being mindful of that. And also to the goddess of Pentacles, she is very abundant. She is a great mother, very nurturing, beautiful, inviting energy. And so this person, your future partner, is someone that you literally can feel safe with, you feel warm, you feel a connection with. You can also start a family with if you wanted to, whether that just, and it can just be as simple as having fur babies, but you could literally plant the seeds of a new home together. You can have children together, you can build a business together. There's so many opportunities that you all can create because of the genuine connection that you all share, but also to the ability for you all to connect and be on the same path. So that's what I have with that. So let's get one more card to get like a timing energy of like when you'll meet this person. So I mentioned like, after a breakup. So that's one timing answer. So after a breakup, somebody, breaks up with someone, you or them, or both of you. And then let's get one card for those that might not be in a connection right now. All right. So we have the 8 of Swords. So with that energy, that gives me the vibe of, I'm hearing for some of you that could be 8 weeks, and then for some of you that could be actually in the month of late August is what I'm channeling. I'm just picking up what energy, what spirit is saying. So 8 weeks or in late August. And, depending on when you're watching this video, because it is timeless, let's say you're already past August when you're watching this video in the future, then do 8 weeks after that time of when you watch the video. Okay. So I hope this reading resonated with you all and you enjoy learning a little bit about this connection, about your future partner, and just all the ins and outs of it briefly. Okay. So I appreciate the love and the support as always. I hope you all enjoyed the reading. Best wishes. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. This will be for those that selected the beautiful Lovers card. So let's look into your cards and see what information we can get about on like the how and the when of when you'll meet this person, and any information about like the connection, about the partner. And we'll pull some additional tarot cards at the end to get a little information on like the actual timing of it. Because we might get an idea of the general timing in these cards, but we can pull another card later to see if there's any other helpful information. All right. So your first card here is Banana. We have vulnerable, timid, emotionally sensitive, and then sympathetic. So it seems like this person will be someone that is emotionally supportive. They're also emotionally intelligent. For a few of you, this person might actually already be like a psychologist or a psychiatrist, or maybe study psychology or some type of behavioral science in undergrad at some point, or they might have an interest in mental health, like, working with people with mental health issues as well. You may have that same interest as well too. I also see this person being, it's funny, I see them being someone that could be very popular, and people think that they're going to be super extroverted, but when you really meet them the first time, it's like they're really shy, they're kind of introverted. But when they're with the people that they know and feel comfortable with, that's when they kind of, become extroverted. Next here we have Brownie, Scorpio, deceiving, temptation, dark skin. Okay, so with deceiving, doesn't necessarily have to be like this terrible thing, but it picks up the energy that I said earlier, like how you see them, you're like, oh my gosh, this person's like super outgoing, they're popular, they're with all the people all the time, they want to go out and party and drink. And then they're the complete opposite of that. They like to be at home, they only want to hang out with their close best friends, and like that's it. Maybe even just hang out with their dog. So that's what I pick up with the deceiving part of that card. And then temptation, like, but also too, they can still like rear you in a way, like pull you in a way where it's like, yes, they're shy, or yes, they're kind of to themselves, but they're about that life in the bedroom. All right. And then we have stake. We have hardy, dominant, demanding, diverse, and established. So this person, your partner, will have their, they have their self together financially. They have their self together physically. In terms of like their housing, where they stay, pretty well put together individual. I also get with the dominant and demanding energy. This person is someone where they are 10 toes down when it comes to getting stuff done and getting it done the way that they want it done. So they're like a business person. Like, for example, if they own their own business, they don't play around. They don't like things late. They're like, hey, if I said this is due, December 15th, that's what I mean. And it's not like in a, rude way. It's more so like I mean what I say in terms of my business, or, being very disciplined, being very strategic, and wanting things to be done the way that they plan it to, because they're invested in it and they really want it to go well. It's something that I pick up with this person. Okay, so now let's actually start off with these guys, the melanin and romance cards. So we have quality time, divine feminine, and then communication. So it definitely seems like quality time and words of affirmation may be both of your love languages, in terms of like your love languages and their love languages, or like, you both really appreciate and value those love languages individually. And that's something to be mindful of. I think it's also great to see that this person is a very strong communicator. They do check-ins. They check on you, how your day is going. They check on and make sure that you're eating food, do you want to go out for the weekend? Do you want to go on vacation in the next couple of months? Like, they are on it. They want to make sure that they're invested and showing you how much they're invested. Also, too, your communication styles are very similar. So if you're a person that really enjoys FaceTiming, they enjoy FaceTiming. If you're a person that really enjoys like being in person for serious conversations, they're the same way. So you all match each other in that way. I also see with the divine feminine card being in here, it shows me that you really feel safe and comfortable enough to kind of soften parts of yourself, right? Regardless if you identify as female or male, man or woman, you carry the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. And so there may be moments where you feel like you always on the go, you always have to take the lead, you always got to be in charge. But with this person, you can simmer down and you can be in the passenger seat and let this person kind of take the lead, let this person drive, and you just literally become a passenger princess for the most part, which is really nice. And then too, I see that they really appreciate I hear a baby crying. So maybe this would be the person you have a child with. But I also see this partner of yours, really caring about making sure that that you're in a healthy space mentally, but also physically, and not like in a, oh babe, you're gaining weight, let's go to the gym, but more so like if they're noticing, let's say you're a person where you're very disciplined when it comes to your workout or with your meals, and when you're sick, you start to kind of fall off a little bit. So they're like, okay, well, let me step it up. So I know they like to have smoothies in the morning, so let me make the smoothies for them and bring them over. That way they don't have to make them, or you don't have the time to go to the grocery store to get what you really want, so you just kind of settle for the cheaper things, or fast food, and they're like, oh, I'll go to the grocery store for this person. That way they can have the things that they normally would have, if they have the time to do it. So I see that genuine energy where this person cares. All right, next we have here is have faith, trust and believe that love is here to stay this time around. Don't let fear or doubt interfere. Trust the divine. And so this once again kind of confirms that this person is someone that you can rely on, that you can depend on. There's this energy where you should feel comfortable and feel safe to break down those walls and let down that guard and really open up with this person. And they do the same thing with you, right? I'm seeing that some of you actually might meet each other. I don't even know how to like describe it. It seems like a fun festival. Like I'm seeing a lot of like flags and hearing music and food stands. It seems like a festival, some type of like outdoor activity in a city where a lot of people just come over from different places because it's really popular. So like for example, like Lollapalooza is a huge music festival that's multiple days with really big artists. And you know, you meet people from all over the world there because everyone is coming over to see those artists that they like. And so that could be a way that some of you meet this person. It's not for everybody. That's just for like those that are into festivals or into like those kind of things. You might end up meeting that person there. Next we have is life partner. This partner or this person is someone that you can enjoy life with wholeheartedly. You two can get through anything together. So once again, this shows the reliability and the type of partner that you have here. And this is your life partner. We have the Lovers card being your theme card. So this is definitely a soulmate. This is somebody that, you know, kind of like equally yoke type of vibe where you all match each other's energy. You match each other's you know, vibes, the passions and the purpose, right? Very similar. All right, and then let's get your other one. It's underneath these other cards. We have security. What is yours will always be yours. This love is secured by the divine. So if you were ever wondering, you know, is it too late for me and this person to cross paths? Have I missed my timing? Let's say there was a festival you wanted to go to, but you end up canceling the trip. Oh my gosh, I won't meet them now. It's like, no, you're going to cross paths regardless of what cancellations, what delays happen, right? That is like inevitable. Like you're going to cross paths no matter what. And it's just all about having the faith and just continue to moving forward on your journey, on your, you know, working towards your purpose and building yourself and evolving and growing. Because when you do those things naturally and you're like kind of unbothered about this, then it makes the process even smoother because then you're not even thinking about it as much. And then it just like boom, it hits you and it happens. And it's like, whoa, that happened out of nowhere type of vibe. All right, next we have, oh, look at that. We have number 41, connection. So the number 5 could be very symbolic to this connection. So if you see like 555 or if you see 4141, that could be a message from that person, your partner. Oh, look at that. And then we have number 43, healing. I love that. I love that. So this shows us too that both of you are in this space of just being a better version of yourself when you meet each other, when you come, you know, when you cross paths. And I feel like a lot of you have done a lot of healing work. And also in terms of the timing of it, we'll talk about that later when we get another card. But it definitely comes with this energy of like you meeting this person when you're in a better space in your life. It doesn't mean everything is perfect. It just means like, you know, you love yourself more, or you're back to doing the things that make you feel good and that make you feel, you know, sexy or make you feel confident, whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you. So now I'm going to grab some tarot cards. So we're going to get one more final card about this connection person, and then we're going to get a card about like the timing to see if we can get a little insight about that. I'm going to move my mic. So hopefully you can still hear me pretty well. So let's see. Final card about this connection. We'll take them. We'll take both of them. So you got the 8 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So in terms of like the final messages about this connection, the 8 of Wands is it's a rapid energy, right? It moves quickly. It also represents like messaging, communication as well. So we get the vibe here that you all will be crossing paths very, very soon. Some of you within the next 8 weeks, some of you within the next couple of months, right? So 8 weeks, 2 months, basically. I also get energy here of some Leo, Virgo time frame. So like July and August for a bunch of you as well. And we are currently, I'm filming this video in March. So we have a few more months, until those months start to come in here. But this is a great opportunity for you to start preparing, start to work on yourself, get things in order the way that you want it to be. That way, when they show up, it's like, okay, cool. I can just kind of add you into my space. Of course, you might make some adjustments, but it's like, it doesn't disturb your rhythm, right, of how you live your life fully, to the point that's like healthy for you. And with the Four of Pentacles too, I get that some of you, it's like the person, for a small percentage of you, the person is already here, but you're constantly moving, you're constantly on the go, or you're just constantly in your head about things. And Spirit is saying, the moment you slow down, just sit and be still, that's when that person shows up. So, like I said, it's for a small percentage of you, but think about it and think to yourself, okay, cool, maybe I'm the one that overthinks or overreacts about stuff. So it's like, once you get out your head, once you stop moving so quickly, moving so fast, then it's like, boom, that's when they show up. Like, it's like they're already here. That's what I'm picking up. Okay, let's get one card for the timing. Even though I kind of got the timing card energy from those, let's see what else we get. Look at that, we got the 8 of Cups. So that kind of matches that 8 energy that I had earlier. So the 8 weeks, August, the 8th month of the year. So yeah, that's pretty much, that solidifies the energy, like when you can meet this person. And of course, no, time is an illusion and time is fluid. So if, let's say, 8 weeks come by, you don't meet the person yet, that does not mean freak out. That does not mean like, oh my gosh, I'll never meet them, I gotta wait till August. No, it just means there might be a delay, or that just might be currently there's something else that's happening, and that connection will happen and show up when it's meant to happen, which doesn't mean it has to take forever. It can literally just be the next day. So just be very mindful of that, okay? So I hope this reading resonated with those that selected this pile. I just looked at the timer and it said 1444, so 444 could be significant to this connection as well too, as I'm looking at the 4 of Pentacles, then 41, and then 43, and then even with the 8s, 4 plus 4 is 8. So there's some specialness, just special energy with just those numbers too. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Best wishes, and I love you all. Bye. Hey, pal number 3. This will be for those that selected the beautiful 2 of Cups card. So we're going to go through your oracle cards here and see what information we can get about like the how and the when, and when you meet this person, any information about the connection, about your partner, and just whatever else Spirit wants to share with us at this time. And then I'll also grab a couple of tarot cards at the end to get any additional messages about the connection in person and some timing if needed. We'll just grab a couple of those. So let's start off with the Lemon U oracle cards, just to get a little insight about like their personality and their traits. So we have grilled cheese, Taurus, family oriented, dependable, simple, loyal, and go-to. So it seems like your future partner is someone that is about having a healthy household, having a healthy family. They want to be that partner, be that leader of the household where everyone there can depend on them. Everyone in the house can rely on them and know that they'll be there when something goes down, or be there when something amazing is happening. Also, too, this person really values just family, right? So their parents, their siblings, their aunts and uncles, like all of that, cousins. And also, too, they will care to create new traditions in addition to the traditions that are already there with, the family that you will all create together, whether that be with the fur babies or with, human babies. So those are things that are really important. I also love that we have simple and as well here. And that just shows that like this person, they know how to make something work. Like the saying of making lemonade out of lemons, or making lemonade out of lemons, basically. They can make anything stretch. They can make it work. Like, it's not saying like, oh, they're cheap, or, they don't care to have something done already put together, whatever, but they enjoy the quality time that can go along with it, or they're just really good at it. Like, some people really like DIY projects. This person can be one of those type of people that just enjoys making it themselves. Of course, there might be some things that they might pay people for, but overall they know how to simplify things or just get it done themselves, which is nice. All right, next we have cookie sandwich Leo, bold, empowering, distinctive in taste, and layered. And so I feel like with this lets us know that when you first meet them, like, they are a very complex individual, and it's not a bad thing. It's like there's just different parts of them that you get to unfold and get to witness and grow in and learn about as you're getting to know this person, right? They don't just automatically lay everything on the table. It's like, as I feel comfortable and safer with you, I will share more and more of who I am, and I'll expose myself to you in ways that let you really see, below beneath the surface. I also get to, when you meet their family, you learn more about like why they are the way that they are, and of course that's a good thing, right? Because it makes sense. It also lets you know how things could play out potentially if you were to have kids together, and like how the parenting methods work with them when they were a kid versus when you were a kid. Also too, like, the wisdom that their parents might share with you. I get that their parents have been married for a very, very long time, so they value relationships, they value marriage. Is something that I pick up with this person. Next we have is cherries, imaginative, loyal, sexy, sincere, creative, and fighter. I think we got loyal twice. Yep, we did get loyal twice. So that lets us know that this is someone that you can absolutely trust, and you wouldn't have to worry about anything with. Like, they are 10 toes down when it comes to this relationship with you. They're honest, they're trustworthy. You would not have to fear, like, honestly, any infidelity with this person. And it's just something, like I said, they value relationships, they value family, they value a healthy household, and so they would never do anything to jeopardize that, which is a beautiful thing to hear and see. All right, next we have tongue master. So this person is definitely someone that enjoys pleasing you orally, and they may like to be pleased orally as well. I also get too with the tongue master, they just know how to, they can persuade you with their words, and it's not like in a manipulative way. It's just like they could just say like, babe, I really would love pizza today. Some pizza today. Like, they're just telling you something, and you're like, okay, let's just get pizza. Like, it's like you kind of get hypnotized by it because of like how they talk. So they might have a beautiful accent, they might have like a really nice voice that is just soothing, or it just kind of makes you just fall in love with them more and more. And as I say love, we have soulmate love. So this is definitely a soulmate of a lifetime, your future partner, the partner that is coming in for you next. This could be the one that you marry. Absolutely. And then, oh, look at that, we have fertility. And I mentioned how this person really values, family, and, really wanting to take care of the household. So this literally could be the person that you get married to, that you have a child with, or a fur baby with, whomever, whomever feels called to that message that will resonate with them. And if you don't want physical kids, you might grow a business together. You might build something in that nature, in that way. So that's something to be mindful of as well. I love here, we have Taurus and we have Leo. So there's two, different energies, different signs, but we both see the ability of them being just, layered in a way where, because I'm looking at the grilled cheese and I'm looking at the cookie sandwich, and they're both layered, and it's like giving me this vibe of this person. They can come off tough to others, but it's like you get that soft spot of them. You are the one that can get to the soft spot, is what I see and what I hear from spirit. All right, next we have butterflies. Enjoy the overwhelming excitement and bliss of new or old love. Sexual healing. Sexual energy can be used to reconnect. So that's kind of funny considering we have like the tongue master, and then we also have this energy where we have the fertility and the woman is pregnant in the card. So obviously, intimacy, love making has to happen in order for that to happen. If you're doing it physically, of course there's other ways to conceive, but the idea of like sex is happening with this person for sure, and it's really good. It's really pleasurable. It's like you all meet each other's expectations, which what you want in the bedroom, but also too, how to just vibe off each other's like bodies and what that person wants, and exploring. Next, we have this law of attraction. We attract what we are. Use the law of attraction to manifest your perfect match by being the perfect match to yourself first. And so I feel like this person is a beautiful counterpart, because you are equally yoked. You feel as if you met your match in a healthy, loving, fulfilling way, right? You have similar goals, you have similar visions and things that you want to accomplish in this lifetime. And that's what makes this connection so dope and so amazing, is that, you don't have to like fight to get this person on the same page of like what you want to do. Is like, I want to build this, center for women that have been abused, and like they're passionate about it, or they're passionate about like, supporting women or young women in certain situations or experience certain things, right? It's like you're all on the same page. It might not always be the exact same thing, but it's similar goals, similar visions that you all have. And but also too, just having that support system in the back is always needed too. Alrighty, next we have here is number 8, dream come true. I feel like this card doesn't really come out at all, so I might read this one just because I don't think that's a card that comes out often with this deck. And then we have patience, number 25. And so I really haven't picked up any timing energy just yet with this pile, so it's very interesting that we do get patience. Because with the other 2 piles, I was able to kind of get an idea of what to expect or what is to come, in terms of the timing before I got the tarot cards. So very interesting. And I just realized that I do not have the deck with me right now with the booklet, so I can't read this card, but I'm just going to kind of channel what spirit is saying. But basically, like, this is a dream come true. Like everything you ever want in a partner, in a relationship, in a marriage, you're going to get it with this particular person. And it's like I said, it's rewarding, it's fulfilling. And so maybe that's why they're saying patience, is because you're getting what you always wanted and dreamt for. It's like that's why you have to wait a little bit longer. And longer doesn't mean like, oh, I have to wait another 10 years. Like longer could literally mean just like, oh, you gotta wait 1 more month, and then boom, you meet each other, you cross paths. But we will get tarot cards to see if spirit will share some additional messages about the time frame and when this will happen. And even just a little bit more on the how. It's so interesting because with this pile, I really haven't gotten any like how or the wins with y'all just yet with the oracle cards, but the other piles I was able to pick it up. So it's kind of like spirit is just wanting to keep it quiet on those details, but like just share the beautiful pieces of information about the connection itself and the person. Wow, look at that. We have the Tower. I don't think spirit wants to ruin the surprise of when you're going to interact and meet with this person. So I feel like they're saying like, okay, know it's going to happen. It is going to happen at a time where you least expect it. And then boom, it shakes up your world in a beautiful way. And at the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Wands. See, it's literally confirmation that this is a solid, relationship. This is a solid marriage, a solid partnership. I'm gonna pull one more card just to see if there's anything else spirit wants to say. Yeah, we got the 7 of Cups. See, it's like spirit doesn't want to specify the details on the when and the how just yet, because I'm hearing them say like, we're working on something really good for this pile, really, really good. And they don't want to have any accidental spoiler alerts. They don't want to make you worry or stress yourself out even more trying to figure out like, okay, Like, let's say if I say, oh, you'll meet this person in 4 weeks, what are you going to do in the next for the next 4 weeks? You're probably going to get very anxious about it. You're going to be nervous. You're going to get excited. You might get in your way because you're like, oh my gosh, we're on week 3. Oh my gosh, the time is coming. I haven't met him yet. Like, you know how that could be kind of daunting in a way. And so Spirit is like, okay, know that it's coming. It is here. It will be a dream come true. And all you really have to do is just sit on your pretty throne, eat your fruits and vegetables, maybe write a little bit, go out of the castle, do your thing, come back home, get some rest, and it'll be there. It'll show up. Don't worry, right? It's not like you have to do so much stuff in order for it to happen. It's like it's literally going to happen naturally. And like I said before, you'll be very surprised how it shows up and when it shows up, because you're like, oh my gosh, like it's here. The person is here. The moment is here. And I feel like too, when it does arrive, when this person does arrive, you'll know why, and it'll make sense to you. You're like, okay, so this is why this other stuff had to happen, because in this moment, that's when I met my future spouse. That's when I met my future partner, basically. Okay. So that is what I have for you all that selected this pile. I really do hope that this resonated with you all and that you enjoy it and that you look forward to meeting this person, and, just kind of relax on the energy of like knowing the how and the when, and just know that it's coming. So maybe this is the pile where people are a little bit anxious when it comes to love in their next relationship. And Spirit is like, to eliminate some of that anxiety, we're going to only share certain pieces of the connection and of the relationship at this time. Okay. Bye, everybody. I wish you all the best. Hey, pile number 4. This will be for those that selected the King of Cups card. So we are going to take a look at your oracle cards here and see what information we can get about the how and the when, what this connection is going to be like, this person, this partner of yours, in your upcoming relationship. And then we'll also get some tarot cards at the end to get any additional messages, and maybe like some additional messages for timing in case we don't really pick up the vibes from the oracle cards that are here at this time. So we're going to start off with the Lemon U deck. So the first card that we have here is Champagne Capricorn, successful, gracious, life of the party. So this person could be a Capricorn, you could be a Capricorn, have Capricorn energy. But I see with this person, they are someone that has their ish together. They are successful financially. They are successful in terms of just like their housing. So maybe they live in a really nice neighborhood, or they just have like a really nice home or apartment, whatever it is. And they worked really hard to get where they are today. And when you meet them, you're going to learn more about their story. You're going to learn more about why they celebrate so much of all the different successes that they experience and will continue to experience. This is someone that will forever work hard. And when I say hard, I don't mean like working days and nights nonstop. More so like putting the time and the effort in to make sure that their family will always be good. Next we have is Baguettes. Tall, wealthy, beautiful accent, fair, light brown complexion. So this kind of highlights again with the wealthy part. Like this person has worked their butt off to get where they are today. That is why they're successful. That's why they have the money that they have. They have the investments that they have. They're able to continue to expand and grow their business or their career due to the wise decisions that they've made in the past when it comes to, their finances, but also just the decisions that they've made. All right, next we have here is Sushi Roll Pisces, unique, clean cut, organized, and well put together. So this is someone that you can, I was gonna say that you can bring out in public. And of course, if you're dating someone, you typically go out in public with them. But this is someone, where like, if you have to go to a really fancy work gala or something, they know how to dress up. They are like a great person to bring along with you because they know how to continue the conversations. They know how to get people really engaged. They know how to get people like having a good time. And they're just like, once again, the life of the party, right? And I also love that you have this energy of like them just being unique. So they're not like boring, and basic. It's like there's personality with them. There's life. There's, energy where you can feel like, oh my gosh, like you're into that. I would have never guessed that, because most people that I meet that are lawyers never, do X, Y, and Z. Or I've dated lawyers in the past and they were really boring, but you're super outgoing and fun, so that's what I pick up here with this energy as well. I get that some of you will actually meet this person during not during Pisces seasons, during springtime. And this is probably for one person. Those that meet the person in springtime, we just started spring. If you meet them in springtime and it continues to go well, you would actually get engaged on New Year's Eve. That's something I'm randomly picking up. This is for probably one person. Just putting it out there. Okay. Next, we have tender touch. We have wisdom. So this person's, highly educated. But I feel like with the tender touch card here too, this shows us, and like even in this card, she's putting her hand on his head. They know what you need when you need it. So you can just come into the house and maybe you need a back massage, like a lower back massage, because your back has been aching all day and you never told that person, but it's like they can sense it, or they just know how to like touch you or like rub you to make you feel better, to make you feel more relaxed and calm. Oh, look at that. We have groom. And I mentioned too, them knowing how to dress really well. So obviously those that pick this pile, and I did mention that somebody will get engaged, like one person will get engaged when they meet this person. Like you just hit it off, and it's like, I know you're my spouse. Like I don't have to wait. I know you're my spouse. Therefore I'm going to propose to you, at the end of the year, basically. I also see with the groom card here, it's like the groom, as he walks down the aisle, he knows that he's walking towards his future. He's walking towards the life that he's ready to build with this person that he has proposed to. And that lets us know how serious this person is when it comes to a relationship and to just marriage, to commitment, to matrimony, all of that, right? And I get that for some of you, you're going to be dating someone that is like significantly wealthy. I'm talking about might have 100 million, like their network could be like 100 million type of thing. And they might try to test you in the beginning to make sure you really want to be with them and not be with them because of the money. And the test, it just to be something very genuinely kind of unnoticeable. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, they would see, would you snoop around in their belongings to see something, or what would you do if you knew some information, right? Like how would you respond, or how would you react to it? Are you a person that will just expect them to pay for everything, or are you someone that's like, okay, yes, they might want to pay for everything, but their birthday's coming up, so I'm going to get them something really thoughtful, and from the heart, basically, and something that I pick up and that they will really appreciate. And of course, they're going to be very protective of their finances and all of the things. So don't be surprised as you're dating this person, they have strong conversations about finances, because they want to make sure that they're marrying someone that's not going to steal from them or ruin all that they worked for, right? Because there are people that will do that. They're like, oh, I hit the jackpot, and then they just like ruin everything. All right, so now we have falling in love. The feeling of falling in love is the one of a kind. Know that it is safe for you to be in love. I love that. We have clarity. Someone finally sees the answer that was always in front of their eyes. The vision is clear, therefore what is to come shall be clear too. So this is another thing too. There's a possibility that some of you may already know this person, and maybe you all tried it in the past and it just didn't work out. And so they have this realization of like, wow, this person has always been my rock, or always been there for me. That's the one that I want to be with. It just hits them in that moment. but I get that most of you will be meeting someone brand new. And with the falling in love card, like they fall in love with you because you're genuinely a kind-hearted soul, you're honest, you're loyal and trustworthy. All right, the other card that we have here is emotional support. Now is the time to check in with your emotions and your partner's thoughts and feelings. So this is someone that you can, genuinely share your truth with, share your fears, your doubts, your dreams, your goals, all of that with, and they be a rock for you, but also you are that to them, right? There might be moments where they can get stressed out about their business or about work or whatever, but you are that support system. And there's this beautiful balance of where you both are fulfilled emotionally, and that allows you all to be great partners to each other. And it's funny because now I see that your card is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is an emotional king, but he can be very emotionally balanced as well too. He wears his heart on his sleeve. Alrighty, let's get the other oracle cards here. So we have number 47, optimism, and then number 42, solitude. So in terms of like, I'm starting to pick up a little bit more about like when you will meet this person, both of you will be single, for sure. And the reason why I say that is because one of the other piles, someone had to be in the other pile, there was a pile that someone was going to break up with somebody, and then that's when they will meet their partner. But both of you seem to be single at this time when you cross paths, when you come to this moment of union, basically, which is nice. I do see that it seems that one of you will experience something that's life-changing and life-altering in a way. And it could be something fantastic where it's like a job relocation and you meet in this new location, or it could be that, someone close to you becomes ill or passes away, or there's a loss, or some type of energy like that where it is life-changing, but it's life-changing in a way where it makes that person really appreciate either the blessings or just like how blessed they really are, right? So that's something that I pick up. So now we're gonna get a couple tarot cards and just see what other pieces of information we can get. I don't think if I said anything about timing yet from the oracle cards. So let's see if we can get anything from the tarot. I'm just gonna kind of like split the deck back and forth and just like pick something this way. This is the only pile I've done this for, so very interesting that I'm doing it with this pile. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pick this one. We have the Judgment card, and then let's pick one more, and the Ace of Pentacles. So it definitely gives me the vibe that some of you meet this person with some type of ascension, with some type of like level up in your life, physically, financially, whatever. It's like a level of growth that happens. So some of you might move, some of you might get a new job, you might make more money, and then it's like that's when the door is open for you all to cross paths. There's some level of, how I mentioned before, like life-altering, life-changing event that happens, and it's like it opens the door for you all to start to literally walk through the door to each other. I also see, sorry to smack, but I also see, this Ace of Pentacles card, they are willing to give so much to you once they realize that and know that they can trust you and that you genuinely love them and care about them. And it's like they don't keep testing you nonstop. It's like they just watch how you move. They watch how you handle things, as you're going to do with them too. And it's like once you have this person's heart, they'll literally buy and give you anything you ever want. Let's say you have student loans. They're like, I'll pay your student loans off without a question. Like they'll just do it because that's what they want to do. And they genuinely, want to make sure that you're good. I'm going to get one more card for the timing and see. We got the Two of Pentacles. For some reason, I feel like Spirit just does not want to really specify the timing for this connection for whatever reason. In terms of like, because there were some other piles that got like actual, like, you'll meet this person within, like, a certain amount of weeks in this particular month. But for some reason, this pile is like, they're going to meet them soon, but they don't need to worry about the timing of it per se. To the full extent. I know I mentioned like the springtime earlier, but it's like Spirit is like, I'm gonna just give them that little nugget, and just let it be, and it's okay if you don't meet the person in springtime, right? Especially if you end up watching this video and it's past the springtime, or it's springtime is about to end, right? It's more so, think of the springtime as an energy where things are blossoming, things are growing and fully becoming, to its full capacity, is blooming, right? And so when you feel like you are that flower that is blossoming or blooming, that's probably when you'll meet that person, metaphorically. Okay, so this is what I have for this file. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it made sense and it resonated with you all. I wish you all the best on this connection and on this journey and experience with this person. It seems amazing, it seems beautiful, and congratulations to the one person that will be getting engaged New Year's Eve. Alrighty, I wish you all the best. Bye.